tonight. Yo, what's going on out there in Tasman world?
Yo.
Jay and I are here at 424 HQ. We're chilling tonight, big chilling.
Eating stuff.
Eating stuff, talking about cuisine. A little late tonight, but hey, we got to eat too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like the pre-Christmas stream and shit.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't even think of that. You're right.
Laid back, man. Laid back.
The last one before Christmas. I wish I had some Christmas music or something to play. I used to have a bad appreciation for Christmas stuff, but I feel like I've been coming around again. Coming back around to it. If you're just joining us or checking out the replay, this is Mike from 424recording.com. With me, as always, is Jay the Wizard of Operation Audio in Bohemisphere Studio. And we just go live Wednesdays, chill out, talk about music, talk about recording, hang with the Task fam, all that good stuff. So if you want to join us, 7 p.m. Eastern, Wednesdays. And I'm just checking this out, making sure we're gravy. I don't know. Is it going? It looks like we got the spinning wheel.
That's email here.
Oh, okay.
Pull it up right now.
Let's see. For some reason I can't load it on my computer. It looks like we're good. There's just a couple peeps chilling. Yo, so I don't know. It looks good. If you're out there, let us know you're out there. Oh, Matt said yeah. Okay, cool. There's a commercial on it?
Yeah, man.
What the fuck? I didn't even do that. I guess my channel's monetized, but oh, there we are. Okay.
Yeah, looks like it's worked.
Let me.
All right, let me go back to Matt's email real quick. Now that we verified that.
Oh, cool. Okay. I was playing the wrong thing. Yeah, Matt, I sent you the tapes today. Matt was asking if we were able to sign the tapes, but I kind of did them pretty quickly when I sent them out. So I didn't actually consult with Jay. I just kind of sent the tape that I had traded for Jay. So fortunately, we didn't get the signer for you, buddy, but we'll definitely send something else in the future that'll be signed. So damn, it's going good. Hey, Jason, what's up, man? How's the stream health team by you tonight? This always seems to be the case. It always starts out weird and then gets good and then freezes. So odd. But yeah, cool. It looks good. The picture quality looks pretty good. The lighting looks pretty good. I don't know. I'd say we're doing pretty good tonight. Nice. I got the mic on, I believe. Yeah. So it's going good, man. Jason and I are going to be doing some kind of split release. Jason's recently started Painted Blonde tapes, if you want to check them out. I think it's at Painted Blonde. Is it Jason? Yo, Matt, what's going on Instagram? So you guys can check out Jason's new budding tape label. I think we're either going to do a split tape or I think I got something cooking to put out on Jason's label, so that's going to be fun. But check out Painted Blonde. And there's a few Be Cool Cowboy tapes left too, just a trick. I don't want to sound like a broken 4-track, but if you want to grab one, you can snag them at becoolcowboy.bandcamp.com. I think there's about 3 left, so I have one set aside for Tim and one for my buddy Hat Bro. But I guess if they don't want theirs, maybe I'll put them for sale. But they both requested one, so that means there's 3 left. So if you want one, now would be the time to do this. And hopefully by the time you see this stream, if you're watching the replay, they'll still be available if you wanted one. But I guess hit me up on email, 424recording@gmail.com. If they're not, maybe we could work something out. Because I got the tapes, but I don't have any art. So maybe you'll just have to wait for the next one. It's Painted Blonde tapes for Instagram. Okay, my bad. Yo, Turtleneck, what's up? I have the Discord link. I figured out how to pass that off to everybody. So I guess I can share that in the chat, and we'll get this Discord party started. Matt, oh cool. Matt said the video and audio is ace tonight. Thanks, man. I tried something different with my phone, and I kind of did the lights a little bit differently tonight. As you can see, one of the Gonzo lights over here pointing at the ceiling. I think that's helping a lot. Give us some light coming down, and then there's one light next to the camera that's looking pretty solid. Although Jay looks like he's a little dark, but That's okay.
What are you trying to say?
Um,
Need to adjust that light my direction or what?
this one I think we could. I'll turn it a little bit. I mean, you look pretty good though. Like here's the.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
Okay, bro. It's a constant reassessment, you know, pivoting reassessment. So let's try that. Brightens you up a bit.
Yep.
Yeah, that looks pretty good. Cool. Uh-oh, did I just... Oh, okay. I thought it
No,
froze.
it's fine. It like snapped real quick. I don't know.
Oh, okay, because I saw your face and then it looked like it froze, but... there we go, cool. Thanks, Matt. Yeah, it's... I tried something different with my phone. We'll see if it holds up. I put it on Wi-Fi and airplane mode, so there shouldn't be any interruptions on the phone end. Actually, let me plug my phone in really quick. We'll get that up there, just to make sure. Oops, I like turned it a little bit. Okay, cool. Yeah, so let me bump the Discord really quick. Uh-oh. I feel like
What happened?
I turned it a little bit. There we go. I don't know. I don't think it matters, but there's like a little. There wasn't that much of that dresser in the shot. You can see my makeshift green screen back there. I bought a piece of green poster board to try to take some stuff on. It's not quite chroma key, but I was thinking for some of the trash were fantastic. Or those with the coffin pedal Jay sent.
Did you try that thing yet?
I did, man. I actually really like it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Like compared to, I guess maybe compared to the other ones I've been trying, like
Yeah.
this one, like spoiler alert. Well, no spoiler alert, but this is the DoD Super Distortion. I picked it up for like $5, $10 on eBay.
What's going on there, J-Rad?
Hey J-Rad, what's up, buddy? Giant Tree in the house. What's going on? Good to see you. So, trash are fantastic. I'm going to be doing, I have the scripts. I'm going to shoot that. Hopefully, one of them will come out Friday, I think. And the other one I might sit on. I meant to get this one out for Halloween, the one Jay gave me to try out, the Blood Drive by Coffin. And actually, I got to say, this one I think sounds decent. And I think it's because I know you modded it too.
Yeah.
So that might have something to do with it. I don't know. I'll put these right here as a, in case anybody asks, hey, what are those pedals there? I guarantee you at some point somebody who hasn't been in the stream yet will come in and say, hey, what are those pedals in the front? We'll see how long it takes.
I'm surprised you like that Blood Drive.
I think maybe because I've been trying out a lot of iffy stuff. Like, that's the best of the batch.
Yeah.
The best of the bad batch.
Don't be in any great hurry to return it. Let's put it
Okay. I haven't been in too big of a hurry to record the video about it either.
No.
I meant to get it out for Halloween because it was good. It was a good Halloween theme, but
Put it out next year.
yeah, it's true. I'm gonna sit on it. I'll just schedule it for a year from now.
Yeah.
This is the FX55C Super Distortion. I did a little bit of history on it. It's gonna be a good one. Maybe I'll put that one out on Friday. The trash are fantastic. I've been meaning to do more of those. Maybe one a month if I can get pedals for it.
That's DOD. I told you my story about that.
Wait, what was the story? Hey, Bean Trees, what's up, buddy? Going direct in the 4-track?
Yeah, when I used to use that shit back in like the early days of being in punk bands and stuff. I plug that right into the 4-track or plug it into like whatever stereo inputs and modified 8-track tape players, cut the head off and put a 1/4-inch jack sticking out of the fucking tape slot. Yeah.
Oh, what's up, Stefan? Yo, what's up, Bean Trees, James? How you doing? Actually, since Stefan's here, he actually had been posting a question I see on the interwebs, and I figured I'd pose it to the chat as well. Because I think it's something that comes up when you're working on stuff and working on music. So Stefan's been recording he's looking to record a bunch of his songs, and he has a lot stacked. He's got a bunch of old ones, a bunch of new ones, and he's not sure if he should do all new ones, all old ones, how he should go about recording. I was saying that I think pick the best 10 out of the whole batch and make something out of those, rather than going back and doing every single one. I just think it's going to take a lot of time to do that, but I'll pose that to the chat too, if you can give Stefan some tips or like some ideas of what he could do. If you should do the old ones, new ones, I don't know. I was thinking a good idea would be to do a mix of them and kind of, pull a Dave Grohl or something with that first Foo Fighters record. You got 40 songs, Stefan. Take the best 10 and make something cool with them. You can always harvest the parts too, but I was thinking that might be a good one to put out to the task fam. You can also check out the forum, 424recording.com/forum. Stefan's been posting some stuff on there, so I think that might be a good way to go about it. Okay, so yeah, and the other thing too is like Jeremy Exodus was saying that he's been sending a couple tracks. Let me. I don't think he'll mind if I bump his email here. He's sending me a couple tracks to listen to, and he's kind of looking for some ears on them. So if you're interested in helping Jeremy listen to some of his tracks, he's OG Task Fam. Help him out. I don't think he's here tonight, but shoot Jeremy a line. He's looking for some people to check out some of his music. He said he doesn't have a lot of people to check it out and give him feedback on it. So, and he really appreciates it when, Matt and me and Jay and everybody's taking a look at it. So if you want to give him some ears, I'm sure he'd be happy to listen to your stuff too. So, oh, thanks. The lighting's on point. Awesome. Thanks, James. Yeah, figured out something a little bit different tonight. We got the Gonzo light hitting the ceiling, and then the other light. Actually, I got some new lights a couple months ago. I thought it was time to upgrade mine, and I'm really glad I did. I think there's a marked difference in the quality. That's just really cool. And these are really cool. You can do different temperatures with them, and it makes it in post-production stuff a lot easier. You don't have to like color correct shit as much. Thanks, dude. Oh, hell yeah. And Matt posted his song too. Did you link that, Matt? The video? Oh, hell yeah. You're saying that you did that. Cool. Yo, what's up, Charles? Yeah, everybody's digging the lights tonight. That's so funny. Yeah, so there's one out front, and then there's this guy here hitting the ceiling. I think that's helping do some stuff, hit some stuff below us. Good to see you, dude. Thanks for coming through. So Turtleneck was also asking us about the Discord, and I didn't realize that I had to share the link. I figured now is a good time as ever, as we're live streaming. So if anybody wants to check out and come to the Discord, I guess you can also chat there.
I don't know anything about it. Still don't.
I'll put the link and we'll see if anybody comes through. Because Turtleneck was asking about it. Maybe some other people's got some curious things. So that's the link. I just posted in the chat to the Discord server, or the Discord 44 recording. How you say? I don't know. Oh, we just had Cap and Jazz come through. I think that's Turtleneck, right? Nice, dude. Here to kick butt and chew bubblegum. Awesome. And Captain Jazz is a lot of gum. Oh yeah, I guess that's Discord doing that. But yeah, so I guess it'll be another spot to come chill. Maybe we'll have it on during the live stream as another area to chat. I'm not really sure. I think the link ends or will stop in like a day. So if you want to come through and join it now, I can always repost another link. But yeah, what's up? Texas Beefhole's in the chat right now. Yeah, we're live right now on the tube. Posted a link to the Discord. Yeah, so if you have a Discord or you want to make one, or you don't know
what's going on there, Matt?
Check it out. Hey, Matt, what's up, buddy? I don't know. We'll see what happens with the Discord. I'm not really sure.
Well, Matt said he thinks he's gonna head out, feeling rather discouraged.
Uh-oh. Why? What's up, Matt?
Maybe about the amp stuff. I don't know.
Oh shit. Well, hang, man. Just hang, dude. The title of the stream is "Guy Drinks from Water Bottle and Other Guy," as other guy reads phone. Yeah, I don't know. What else is good? I had another idea about something. Oh, cool. Captain Jazz is posting or something. Yeah, bro, we're here, man. This would be the perfect time to chill and get your mind off it. But yeah, what else has been up, Jay? Oh, I got a new screen. I don't know. It's out of the shot. Did you see that?
Oh, yeah, nice.
I found it by the dumpster.
Nice.
Works great.
I didn't know you were in the market for one. I got several of those.
Oh, really? Yeah, I was thinking, I don't know. For some reason, it's helpful for editing. But then I was also thinking, like the other day when I did the stream with Freddie, I just put him on there.
Split screen it.
Yeah, and then I was kind of talking to him. He was a little delayed. I think maybe his internet signal was a little funky, but. Oh, sick, dude. That's awesome, Stefan. Yeah, I was telling Stefan. I think one of the most important pieces of gear. That was another question Stefan had. Was what's some important gear to have when you're doing some recording, or what do you think the most important thing? And my thing was, if anybody else has any ideas, please feel free to hit us up in the chat. I was thinking like a good vocal mic that you like for your vocals. You know, as like a good, as if you're gonna get one thing or one thing that's important to have.
Like so, for live or for recording, you mean?
For recording, yeah, something that complements your voice. Because I think there's certain mics that I don't know don't work as well with your voice. I know there's certain ones for me that aren't always the best, but
I never put myself on a condenser mic when I'm tracking my vocals ever.
Why do you think that is?
Because it thins it way the fuck out. It's too real. I need some proximity effect.
Interesting.
So I tend to use that 58 style mic, or like the SM7B worked really good.
Yeah, that's a great mic for like punk stuff. I actually got, I regret selling mine. I sold it. I was talking about selling it in that video. Just because you can buy something doesn't mean you should. I actually use that for Lunchy's vocals on the stuff I recorded for them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it works great, man, for like high pressure, high like, I don't know, like screaming punk stuff, and people can hold it, and it doesn't really make much noise. It's almost like a condenser in dynamic form. That's the way I describe it, but it's a little darker maybe, and it's apparently it's the go-to mic for podcasting now. So
yeah,
go figure.
I would say that you could get away with just thinking like mic arsenal as far as other things too. The SM7 or the RE20 could be a good choice for vocals.
Lecture voice?
Yeah.
Is that like a Dolly Parton mic or something? Is that what they call it?
I don't know. It came from like the broadcast industry. But like Albini loves it on kick drums and shit. It ends up on vocals sometimes. It's not a bad all-around mic. If you had to like pick one dynamic, you could probably make it happen with that.
Yeah, this is my main squeeze these days.
PG58, what is that?
Oh, Beta 58? Yeah, that's what I was telling Stefan. Beta 58A. I don't know. It just seems to work well for me. I mean, but that was the thing, right? I always used to use a 58, and that I always like the sound of that.
Well, the Beta 58 tends to be a little more crisp and bright, but
exactly.
Yeah.
I also got it for live because it has better feedback protection, or like.
That's what they say. I think it has something to do with a differently tailored cardioid pattern.
It still feeds back if you get it too high, but
yeah,
like
definitely.
I noticed with the Beta 58, that's
however,
Beta series. That's one of their selling points.
I will say though, if you are a vocalist who does aggressive music and you tend to cup the mic, the Beta 58 is not the place to go. Because when you cup that mic, it just becomes like a fucking bunch of bees in a tin can. You lose all the bottom end. Everything falls apart. So.
I mean, those are like the real reason I got it, because I really like the 58. So then I was doing some research, and I don't know, I really wanted to try a 58A. I found a good deal on a used one, figuring, well, if I get it and I don't like it, just sell it. Nothing lost, nothing gained, nothing lost. So I just picked it up. Cool mic. I like it a lot.
Nice.
Sounds good. I don't know if it's really the exact idea. I feel like it's a souped up 58. That's my take on it. And I think, like you said, it's a little bit brighter. And I mean, the main reason was also just for live when I originally was doing Be Cool Cowboy stuff with that Sans Band and Sans J. I was doing it with like a drum machine, and I had my own PA speaker and things, and I just wanted something that was going to not feed back as much, and something that I could put kind of out in front of my stuff and know that I'd be safe with it. And also just, I think controlling your own sound live is a tough thing, especially when you're starting out. And obviously it's challenging and cool to like go to different venues and try different equipment. I think that's also important, and making yourself sound good on no matter what the venue has. But at the same time, there's something to be said about consistently using your own setup and equipment.
Yeah.
But I do think there's a good balance that can be struck there. And, when you got to make something work, you got to make it work. Hey, Chris, what's up, buddy? Chris, thanks for snagging the Just a Trick tape. Appreciate you, my friend. Oh, he said, for hardcore dudes that like to cut the mic, I've had decent results with a 58 with the transformer ripped out.
Yeah, that changes the frequency response generally for the darker and cuts the gain way down. I find the 58s with hardcore vocals tend to be fairly adequate live, but the beta is definitely, I don't know, something about when you cup that mic, it loses all the good shit, all the meaty stuff. You're just left with like the upper mid. Gets kind of snarly and metallic.
I've never been a mic cupper myself. Stefan said the Shin stuff, they use the NT1A. I believe that's the Rode, which is all recorded on a computer. That's a great sound. I had a NT1A for a while. I really dug it. But as with microphones, I don't know if you've ever experienced this, Jay, but like after having a microphone for so long, you start to hear exactly what it sounds like. And at first you really like it, and then as time goes on, you just hear exactly what it sounds like, and you're like, I need something different.
Yeah. That's why I'm pared down to the mics that I still have.
Yeah.
I've been through a ton of them, and it's always like, yeah, it's like the honeymoon effect. Like, whoa, it sounds so good on everything. And then like one day you're sitting there listening to the drum overheads or something. It's like,
yeah.
Ugh, why did my cymbal sound like a fucking trash can? Oh, because that mic that I was in love with for the last 6 months actually is like a $40 piece of shit, and I shouldn't be using it there. So then I put it on reverb and let somebody else use it.
That's the classic tale. A tale as old as time.
Beauty and the Beast.
Charles asks, Mike, you performed live with the drum machine? I'd love to know if you have any tips for that. Like, do you do a count-in? Do you have a foot switch? I'm curious. I mean, you don't remember. Oh, yeah, no, I remember very clearly. So I used to use, actually, I was just fucking around my old phone. It's the same one I use for the stream. Well, I have an iPhone SE now. This is the iPhone 5. And basically, I used to just use this, and I have this little plate. I don't know, what would you say that thing is, Jay? It's like the plate that I'm...
Tray?
Yeah, it's like a tray. That's it. It's
probably 5x8 or something.
Yeah, it's like a little tray that clips onto like and I would just plug this into the PAs and a 1/8-inch stereo. And yeah, I would just use a count-in. I never used like headphones or anything like that. And then I remember I would either write down at the beginning on the set, like, okay, little wiser, there's 4, I would put 4x, meaning 4 beats or 4 clicks before it comes in. And that's how I used to roll, with just kind of doing like a measure of the beat before it came in. I feel like that was always kind of the best way to do it. And then I would just play it off my phone using at first the DM1 drum app, which is a really cool drum machine app from Finger Lab. I highly recommend it. # not sponsored. I got it for free a long time ago. They had a deal on it, and amazing sounds on it. And I've done a couple tutorials if you're interested in that kind of thing. And they have amazing samples of all the classic stuff. And they've enhanced the app so much to the point where now you can use it almost as like a synthesizer, almost as like a sampler, essentially. So it's really cool. But yeah, I used to just hook it up through an iPhone. And then when I got more advanced, just for the ease of playing the set, what I did was just put the set into, like, bounce it out of the DM1 drum app, put that set into iTunes actually on the phone, and then I used to have different sets for like when I'd play a show. So like I have one that's for a venue, the Colony I played at in Woodstock. I had a set list for that, and then I practiced that set list like that and just put them all on the playlist. And just make sure if you're doing do that, put your phone on. If you're not using an old burner phone, make sure you use airplane mode, because if you get calls during your set, which luckily I've never have done, it will be funny. It'll be funny. I mean, you could, pretend to make stage banner. Yeah, that's how I used to do it. So I guess a 4-bar, 8-bar count in of the same beat that starts the track, and then just make a note of what it is on the set list, because like after hearing 10 different ones, you're gonna get confused. So, but eventually you get it. And yeah, I used to use like a PA speaker. I have a Yamaha DX12 or something like that. It was like $300 on Reverb, actually shipped. It was a really good deal. And it's a really good speaker, and it has like a little mixer built into the back of it, which was cool.
Yeah. Almost all of them.
Yeah, which was sick. So I just used to use that, and it was perfect because it had RCA ins, and then it had 2 inputs. I would use a mic input, and then the other one I actually used to use split my guitar into it too, to give it a little more like low end, because the PA speaker had a little more low end. But yeah, that's the story with that. Let me make sure I covered everything there. Yeah, count in, foot switch. No, I used to just, I think if you set up the set on like a playlist, you can just push play and then go from there. I guess it depends what your setup is, but that's why I actually started doing the playlist, because when I first did it on the DM1, I'd have to press play for each song, because there's like a way that you can compose it, and then I'd have to switch songs like mid-set, and it was always just took too much time.
Yeah.
So I would recommend practicing an iTunes playlist of your drum beats and writing down your bars of the intros. And it was sick. I used to really enjoy it, and you can get pretty tight. I got a lot better at playing and practicing when I was doing that religiously. So what, Chris? Oh yeah, Chris, you're up in Summit, I think. I saw that. One of the people that
Magpie's here.
Oh, Magpie's here. What up, buddy?
Damn.
I like your new profile pic, Simon. It's so Simon, I don't know.
Did you see his post today where he was Borat?
No, I didn't see
duct
that.
tape and fucking, I think it's shoelaces or some kind of cord. Oh my god.
It's a video or
no,
Instagram?
It's Instagram post. It's fucking hilarious though.
I gotta find him on
Dude
Instagram.
Cracks me the fuck up, man.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna I contacted Simon. I was gonna interview him on the pod, or maybe have a live chat with him.
Yeah.
If you want to come through. Yeah, it's my buddy Jay, Simon. I don't know. He's a big fan of your channel. So Simon actually just had a video go viral pretty much, and I saw his when I was first.
I saw his post about it. Something about I finally got a viral video and still zero revenue or something. Yeah, I saw that post too.
I mean, Simon's channel, like, because when he first was,
he said it's actually a mankini. That's hilarious. That's fucking hilarious. Yeah, I've followed you on Instagram for a while. I've seen a lot of like little video snippets and shit, lighting things on fire and twisting and contorting toys and things. Very interesting stuff.
Yeah, man. I like the you send it, I bend it. So
yeah.
Fun.
Yep.
So the exploration of all the pedals, all of that.
I can't remember exactly how I came across him. It was definitely through like a circuit bending, maybe a forum post or something. And like when I was first sort of trying to figure that stuff out and tackling it. But yeah, Magpie, I'll hit you up. I'll direct message you on Instagram.
Oh, that's all good. You can steal the show whenever you want, Simon. And I'm really looking forward to chatting with you, man. I know that you're kind of a big star now, though, but luckily I was talking to him I think before the video went viral.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
I'm free.
Even though he might have finally had a video that reached viral status or whatever, he's had a lot of followers.
Yeah, hell yeah.
For a long time.
Well, that's what's funny, right? It was I was talking to him, right before that video was posted, and I remember, the sub count was like, I don't know, 12 or 14. And then today I was looking at it, he's up to it's like doubled or more than doubled. So it's really crazy, man. Congrats on that, man. It's a sick video. And it's a great video too for the themes, even on this channel. Everybody watching the stream, definitely recommend Simon's channel if you haven't checked him out.
Bobby?
The video was you don't need expensive equipment to make good music, which
I agree with that wholeheartedly. That's the core of what we talk about here. So
that's a big tenet of what we do here. So definitely check out Simon's stuff, Simon the Magpie. hanging out in the chat. This is crazy. This is like
Expensive definitely does not equal better.
YouTube celeb hanging out in the chat. What's up, buddy? Um, yeah, definitely practice through drum machine helps a lot. I agree. Yeah, the drum machine. That's a good point, Simon. It is very tight. So you're not going to have as much variation. I'm when somebody was saying you can't really solo to it, which I think is true. Oh, Stefan was saying that. Um, I think you just got to practice with it. Like I never really had any huge flubs with it, but it can be easy to get lost in it. I think it depends what you're doing, and also if you keep it simple enough, the beat. I used to just keep it so structured that it would always end, and there was only so many bars per part, and it was you can get pretty tight with it like that, but yeah, there's not really much room for improvisation. If you're looking to do more improv, I would say you'd either have to, which is what I'm looking to do with Digitakt, is do a lot more looping and trying to perform like that a little bit, or you got to get a drummer like Jay to play with you live, as Simon was saying. The drummer bands move to the tempo, so
They certainly do.
there's positives and drawbacks, and it can be tough to do. But I think with enough practice, like if I can do it, I think anybody can. Because I was never the tightest musician, so I don't know. Yeah, I'm excited for the.
All right, Simon. Later on, then I'll hit you up.
All right,
direct
buddy.
Message and.
Yeah. Hit us up, man. Good to see you. Thanks for coming through, Simon. Good to know you're out there, and I'm excited to chat with you, man. It's gonna be fun. Later, bro. Yeah, I definitely, Charles. Definitely, it just comes down to practice, and the whole point of the drum machine too is, if you do play with a band, it's a great practice tool. I can't tell you how great my rhythm playing became as a result of, and how much better my timing is as a result of practicing to a drum machine. Because actually, my buddy Chris, who also I want to get on the pod or have him come over and play or something, like he's a great drummer. He played on a cruise ship for years, and I wanted to have him talk about that experience. But he was like on a cruise ship band. He played for 6 to 8 hours a day. Knew like
it's crazy, man.
250 songs.
Imagine having that kind of fucking catalog.
Unreal, man. And like he's so great and such a solid drummer, like so good. And I was so flattered when I was playing with him. He was like, "Dude, you have like really great timing, like as a guitar player." I was like, "Thanks, man." Like, and that was, and I guess what I'm saying is a testament to me having practice with the drum machine. So like, even if you just do it as a practice tool, I think practicing to a click is a great experience. And the whole reason I started practicing and using a drum machine was because I couldn't play to a click. But for some reason with a drum machine, even if every other beat was just a kick and a snare, for some reason it just works for me. And that's actually why I started using a click, even with recording stuff. Or stopped using a click and started using a drum machine to record stuff to a click, because I couldn't, I don't know, click out, it wouldn't work for me. But for some reason, just a kick snare pattern worked a lot better. I don't know why, but maybe because it was varied rather than just like a static click that's maybe changes on the downbeat, the one. I don't know. I definitely recommend it for practicing, even if you just do it for practice. I think it'll enhance your ability in a lot of ways. KA in the house, what's up? Chris, that's sick that you got the tape. I was saying about that. I saw somebody was up in, I think, Summit, New York. I'm not exactly sure where that is. I'm assuming that's north of where we are. I'm glad that got there, because I sent them all first class. I wasn't sure how long it would take this time of year. But I guess maybe it just went up to Albany and then out to you. So that's awesome. I'm glad that you're enjoying the tape. Speaking of which, just a little PSA, little shameless self-promotion. If you enjoyed Just a Trick and want to get a cassette, which a lot of you guys already have, I apologize if this sounds like a broken 4-track. You can snag one at becoolcowboy.bandcamp.com. I think there's only 3 left, so if you want one, pony up and grab one, because I don't know if I'll be making more, but you may have to wait till the next release if you want a tape. So, yeah. It looks like Matt was asking Jay and Bean cupping techniques. but then that looked like it was going in a little bit different of a direction.
Yeah, I was thinking so too. That's why I didn't.
I just kind of was
Yeah,
going back here. Oh, Jay, Stefan asks, what are your go-to mics and for which instrument? Did you get to that one? Ask that one.
I haven't answered that one yet. Um, I think it depends on what the style of music is, but generally for the stuff that I record, um, I like the Octava 219s on drum overheads. Sometimes I like those on guitar amps too. They end up being vocal mics a lot. I like the Sennheiser stuff, or I have a couple electro voice mics that end up on toms most of the time. Um, those mics also work on guitar or bass cabinets if they need to. Especially it's an ND308, the electro voice mic. It's like a pivoting ball. Those are cool on bass cabinets if you really need like mid-range grit. D112 is always in the kick.
I was just gonna ask you, what's your go-to kick?
Yeah, always that. Mostly because it's all I've got left. But it's a good utility mic. You can also use that as a vocal mic. I mean, it's not scary different from like an SM7.
Yeah,
Um,
I remember using. I tried. Oh yeah, no, that was something else.
I was fond of the Beta 52 for a while for the
I
kick
think that's
also.
the one I tried using that for vocals, and
Yeah.
I mean, there's other better stuff, but
Yeah.
just for the sake of experimentation.
Trying to think, like the Audix i5 usually ends up on the snare drum, but sometimes I go back to the SM57, or I have some vintage electro voice mics that work in an interesting way on the snare drum, especially if it needs more metal in the hit. They have a little bit of resonance to them when you hit them with a high SPL like that, like a good snare drum hit. Yeah, I'm trying to think. On the guitar cabinets, it's usually the E609 Sennheiser mic, and either a 57 or a small diaphragm condenser of some kind. Pretty common. Sometimes if it's like a really crazy guitar sound that needs space, or there's room in the mix to add space, like if it's just an electric guitar and a vocal or something, I might put a mid-side pair up, either with a tube condenser, multi-pattern, or one of the ribbons. Sometimes I do that Blum lean with the two ribbon mics where they're opposed. That can work out cool, like out in front of the drum kit sometimes, but I don't recommend that for heavy shit. There's way too much like cymbal wash and wild shit that comes out of that if you're trying to do it with heavy music. But definitely for things that are more delicate, you get a whole lot better spatial definition out of that setup. You just have to make sure you decode it the right way. But yeah, I mean, I would say that you need at least a few sort of utility dynamics and a couple of utility condensers to choose from. They don't have to be expensive mics either. I mean, you know, especially if you play eBay and reverb, you really can kill it for not a lot of money.
And the good thing about those too, like I was mentioning with when I picked up this mic, the Beta 58, if you get it used and you don't like it, the worst case scenario is most likely you're going to lose out on some shipping, maybe a reverb fee. It just depends, you know. So you can try out things virtually for free,
Yeah.
if you have a little bit of play money, meaning you have $100, want to try out some mics, order a couple used ones, order a used one, try it out for a little bit. You don't like it, just put it right back up. It's you know, especially with sites that like Reverb now, it's so easy. Well, with Reverb, not sites like Reverb and eBay. But I mean, Reverb specifically is great for the used marketplace. I really think they've done amazing things for that. It's so much easier and so much more transparent now, and you can really see like the people, the stores that you get from, and the people selling stuff. You know, sometimes on eBay you get somebody who doesn't know what something is, and they're like, I don't know, put it up. You know, it's a little bit like a pawn shop or something. Like reverb is more like, okay, for musicians, by musicians. Maybe there's stores on there, but it's mostly people like us, like unloading stuff. So,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, if I'm selling stuff, it's like I'll tell you straight up, like what's up with it, what I thought of it, why
Every
I'm selling
listing
it.
I've ever
You
put
know?
up,
Yeah.
totally the same thing. Like I'm taking pictures of the fucked up marks if it makes a weird noise.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Just be 100%
All, all
transparent,
it's
see people's feedback, and it's a great community. I mean, hashtag not sponsored, but I think it's a great idea if you're looking to try different things out. I mean, Civ 57 is always a good place to start. I think I have a couple Bayer dynamics that I really like because there's that famous Albini quote M16.
hmm
It's what an SM57 would sound like if it was a real microphone.
Yeah, that's about right.
I like that mic a lot. I sold my buddy Sean on that too because he was looking to do some drums. And I told him about that. And I also have the I think that it's called the Phil Collins mic. It's the I guess it's apparently the one he used on.
Is it a fucking head?
No, it's another Bear Dynamic.
Mm.
But those were like my go-to drum mics for a while. But you know those are a little more expensive, you know. But it's an investment. I'll have those for the rest of my life if you like them, you know. And I got them used, so.
Yeah.
I forget why I'm going on this diatribe, but I saw a question for Jay. I think Charles was asking it. What about playing live in a Lesis SR16? Is that the
I
drum
mean,
machine?
that's how we started Surmiser.
It's
Two of us,
doable.
two of us in a drum machine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you need a simple momentary foot switch to start and stop it. That really helps, but you can program basically whole songs inside that fucking thing.
Hmm.
Just give yourself like an extra 4 bars at the top of the song so that you can let it play you in, or else you'll be fucking lost when that thing kicks.
Yeah.
Because as was mentioned before, there is certainly no bend or flex to the time. If you fucking miss something, you miss a change, that thing's gonna keep right on going.
Yeah. You got to be able to.
And the start stop's a bitch because if you miss a change and you stop it, it'll start the song over again. So
A quote that I like in this situation for this kind of thing is if you drop some of the balls during the juggling act, you make it look like part of the act. You gotta just be able to go with the flow of it, and if you fuck up and miss the timing, make it seem like it was intentional, or try to recover from it how you can. Maybe you just launch into vocals and drums and improv something until the song is over. Or the worst thing you can do, I think, when performing with a drum machine is stop it and be like, "Oh fuck, I fucked up. Let me do it again." Like anytime in any band, doing that is a bad idea. But especially with the drum machine, it's a little higher stakes. Like Jay's saying, that thing it's gonna just keep going.
Yep, it'll run
it's
you
like
right over.
a train heading for the cliff, man. If you're not if you're going off that cliff's not what you want to do, good luck. That's a
Yeah.
weird bad analogy. I'm subscribing said they're working on a tape loop project using loops spliced together from Maxills and recorded to 4-3. That sounds sick. And they also said, I have a show on my college radio station. I want to play one of your songs. Do it up. I would love to tune in. Let us know when your show is, if there's a stream. I'm sure a lot of these guys would love to check it out. We got a lot of talented peeps hanging out in the chat, so it might not be a bad place to harvest some material for the show. I appreciate that. I'm unsubscribing. Good to see you. Somebody was saying, what are the benefits of cupping the mic? Matt said fuller sound, isolation.
Yeah, I mean, it tends to certainly change the sound. Maybe better isolation, but I think most people do it because when you're, singing aggressively or whatever, growling and stuff, it changes the entire frequency spectrum of the mic, so it's easier to get more growl and girth out of your voice than just holding it and going.
Right.
Something about the resonance of cupping the windscreen with your hand and screaming into a ball. I don't know. It definitely pushes the.
Like overloads it, or?
Well, I mean, anytime you're screaming like that, most of that distortion sound that's coming out is you overloading the capsule anyway.
Right.
But no, it just changes something about the frequency pickup and the way that the mic actually sounds because you're changing its, I don't know.
I would say try it, man.
It's kind of like
can.
if you had like a
That's always the
condenser
best.
mic and you held it here, or if you had a condenser mic and you held it here and you put like a sock over it. You know, it's like having like imagine having a heavy wind guard on something, right? Because that's what you're doing. You're changing the way that the focus of the sound pickup is working, and you're using your hand now as a resonant surface,
Right.
which it's really not. So,
Yeah. I'd say anytime, that's something I always think about too a lot when I have questions. I've noticed I've caught myself doing this. Not saying that this is the situation, but I guess it just reminds me of the situation. Sometimes I think with music stuff and sites and forums and stuff, you'll find people and even yourself asking questions and you're like, well, what does that do? You know, like, and then you go looking for an answer. And maybe if it's something you can't perform yourself, getting some sort of answer is good. But I found that in those type of situations, like the best thing to do is go try it yourself and see what it does. Because like us, I mean, we can, obviously give you a good idea, but I feel like sometimes as like musicians and creative people, like you want an answer to something, but then and read about it and to theorize about it and talk about it and think about it, but then there's also like, well, you could if you could just act on that and go do it, go hook up an SM58 right now or 57 to your Logic, or if you got like a mic or something, or like a PA, and check it out, see what it does, see what you think it does. Because that's something Jay and I were talking about too. Like when describing sound, it's like one person's "this sounds warm" is a completely different idea than another person's. So it's always kind of strange, trying to I don't know, theorize about music, especially if you can go and do it. I catch myself doing that all the time. What does this sound like if I do this? Like you can look that up, or you could just go and do it.
yeah.
Bobby asks, Mike, do you use any amp or pedal modeling? I just tried out Bias FX, and damn, that's awesome. I was all about real amps, but damn, is it cool. Bobby, thanks for snagging a tape, man. I just saw I sent that out today with Matt Mats. Do you use any amp or modeling? Actually, yeah, I mean, technically, the Sans amp is a amp modeling pedal.
Yeah, but that's like...
Not really.
I mean...
It's OG technology.
Yeah, it's really not. That's more like coloration and...
Well, I mean, it's called Sans amp.
Yeah, it's to give you the sound of a preamp without actually having a preamp, but it's not emulation like...
Not exactly what Bobby's talking.
Yeah. No, because things like Axe effects and all that shit have...
Like GarageBand, where there's like...
Yeah, they have impulse responses that are made of cabinets and things and are tailored as an algorithm to sound like a certain thing, which is not what the Sans amp does.
Yeah, Sans amp is like an analog...
The Sans amp is like the Task Fan pedal.
Yeah, right.
It's a preamp. It changes the sound of what you feed it, and it feeds something else out the output.
Yeah.
Things like those modelers, though, take a straight plain guitar signal, apply all of the effects, then apply the amp simulation, then apply the room simulation with the cabinet in it, and then give you an output.
Right.
That's a whole different set of hoops and barrels.
So aside from just fucking around with some of the GarageBand presets, I think one of my favorites is Maelstrom or something like that. It's like this really
I don't know that one.
Metal sound or something. No, I really haven't fucked around much with guitar sims. And I remember one time my friend Brian had the Pod or the Pog, whatever that is, which I think is weird also because I have a Pod, which is the EHX Pod. But I guess the other thing, that red kidney bean thing.
That's the Line 6 Pod.
That's also called the Pod. They're both pods, yeah.
Well, no, your Electro-Harmonics thing is called a POG.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
With a
okay.
G.
Okay. Pog. Okay.
Polyphonic octave generator.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. See, Jay, this is like I say, Jay always knows my equipment better than I do. Okay, so the Pog and the Pod. I've been mispronouncing that. I've messed around with an early iteration of that, and I wasn't impressed, but that was also maybe 2010. So, or I don't know when that thing was out, but I think that's come a long way. I'm excited to try more of it. I see a lot of people. KA was turning me on to some videos where the people recording just on their phones through like amp sims and things like that. And I gotta say that stuff's, the sound of that stuff's getting better. I kind of feel like I'm slowly becoming a dinosaur in the way I'm doing things. Obviously, I'm using we're all using these 4-tracks from the '90s, but I just see some of the stuff people do, and I'm like, oh man, I don't know if I'm behind or it's okay. It's okay. I think I think the worst thing is trying to keep up when it's just not your thing or something. But um, I'm curious to try more stuff with the phone. But and I think it's really inspiring that younger people are doing really cool stuff with that. And I guess we're still younger people, but I guess I'm a little more stuck in my ways. But I think that stuff. I think it's come a long way. Much like Drummer, much like Anders and Kyle, those two guys and all their cohorts. They've come a long way. So um, yeah. So I'm excited for the future. I think you can really make some great sounding stuff with that technology, and I think it's going to get better. I mean, look at something like the Kemper profiling amp. That's something we mentioned before. Talked a little bit about in one of the streams. Steven from Noir at Blanc V was telling me about it when I interviewed him way back, and I think podcast number 7 or 8 or 9, or both of those. Maybe it was a two-parter, but that's an amp that literally, you can set it up to record something like the Champ, and then it will remember the settings of that, and essentially, you can go around. It's much like an impulse response. Getting the sound of a room, you can capture the sound of the amps, and then plug in program number 9, which is your Fender Vibro Champ, number 73 Fender Vibro Champ, and boom. So I mean, this stuff's coming. It's here, and it's getting better. So I don't know. I mean, I don't want to be so against. I don't think it's ever healthy to be completely against changing technology and things like that. So I don't know. I'm going to try to embrace it if I can. If it sounds cool, if stuff sounds all right, go from there. So I don't know. Definitely curious to try more of it, but I haven't really tried much. Any questions we missed? Sorry, I've been trying to keep up, go back a little bit, but if you have any questions that were not answered from an earlier part of the stream, just ask them now. Oh yeah, and then there's the Breeders, the pod. That's true. That's
Yep.
the first Breeders album, right? Oh, Logan. Yeah, I gotta use Logan more often too. Um, he's another really good. He's somewhere in between. I think Kyle and Anders. Um, yeah, and they've added more too. So, um, yeah. What else has been going on? Let me see. How's the Discord? It seems pretty quiet. We got a turtleneck in there. Cool, cool. Um, God's fruit. Oh, that's God's fruit. Okay, cool. Um, I didn't realize God's fruit was a patron. Thank you so much, God's fruit. Appreciate you. I didn't realize that. That's funny. Thank you for being a patron. I would definitely check out some. Okay, talking about old acoustics. I would go just try out a bunch, Bobby. Definitely be my recommendation. The one I had, I got, it was $100 Court guitar. Kind of, I think it's a Chinese company. Earth Grand OP, I think it's called. I'm not sure what that means. Maybe operator. I don't know. My classic story is I went to a used guitar shop and tried out some acoustics. They had all the big brands, Taylor and one, the one that's like two names, something and something or whatever. Anyway, they could run the gamut of all the different brands and price ranges, and I tried out literally 7 or 8 guitars, and the one I picked was just by ear. Not that money wasn't an option, but I was impressed with the chord. It reminded me of like the guitar from like Sea Change, and that's personally an album I really like the sound of, and I really like the Beck's acoustic guitar sound on that, and yeah, it just fit the bill for me. It's a little boomier. It's held up pretty good. The bridge is starting to separate a little bit from the body, but hey, for $100 guitar, and I've had maybe 6 years, I'm happy. Or it's got to be longer than that. Yeah, it's a sick one. So my recommendation would be go and just blindly test stuff out. Go check out different ones, even the expensive ones, just to see what you think. I think, I don't know, acoustics. I kind of have a different appreciation for them now, especially with doing Just a Trick, because it's a lot of it's acoustic. A lot of the stuff on Wild Lies I had started out with acoustic and then made into electric. I think it's important to get an acoustic that you like and that suits your voice, and one that you like hearing when you're playing it. Because I've played a bunch of different guitars brands, and I don't know, sometimes they just don't fit, and even if they're expensive ones. So, anyone ever used 8-track tape machines? Do you mean cassette tape, Stefan? Do you mean, I'm assuming you mean cassette tape. Yeah, that's true. Because 8 tracks are going to be extremely narrow on the tape. Yeah, I think they invented like a new proprietary technology to squeeze all those tracks on the same amount of space. And you're already not working with a lot of space on each tape, so yeah.
Yeah.
Never used them though, but I've heard people swear by them. So. Oh yes, like a 488. Yeah. I've been meaning to get a hold of one. I want to try. I definitely want to try one out eventually. Do some vids on it. But yeah, I don't know. I can't say in terms of the sound quality.
I would imagine you have to really be careful about how hard you hit that, because track-to-track bleed is a very real possibility.
That happens really easily.
Just on 4.
On 4, so.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah, 688 is even crazier. That's the one that has like the MIDI, all the MIDI stuff.
Oh yeah, that's fucking ridiculous.
Crazy. Yeah. So. Yeah, we got the Discord popping off. Let me post that link again in case anybody has one. Hey, Brick Block's coming through. The Discord, what up? Yeah, so the Discord is alive and well. I guess it's just going to be another place to reach out and hang. So if you have Discord, and earlier, I'm going to bump the link again in the chat for everybody. I think it's good for a day. So if you're watching the replay of this, and you want to check out the Discord, just hit me up and I'll send you a link to it. Because I heard this expires. Brick Block. What did you say? I said something funny, I think. Oh, it's Charles. What up, Charles? So we got Charles chilling.
Like a whole separate chat going on.
Yeah, it's like I think it's for gaming, but I know Simon has like a pretty big Discord. He's got like the Magpie Pirates. I gotta pick his brain about this. Jason Lambeth has joined the Battle Bus. That's sick. See, I think it's like the Battle Bus is from Fortnite, and I think it's more geared toward gaming. But I don't see why we can't have another little spot to chill. And I feel like what's cool about this is it's separate from YouTube, and also, we could talk about different stuff here. It could be more of a collective. If people have questions, they can hang out here. It's kind of more of a live chat if there's like people. If people want to record on a weekend and have a place to hang out that's in like real time. Yeah, it seems pretty chill. And then we can keep it on during the live stream, even though everybody who's in the live stream is probably in the chat. But I don't know.
Bobby wants to know why you remixed. Well, he said just a prick, but I guess just a trick.
Just a prick. The original. Jay said it didn't sound so bad in his truck.
No.
But so, for some reason, the bass, when I was playing it back on the Walkman I have, and then also in my car through the Walkman, and then also through the tape player and the headphones, the original mix of it, especially the digital tracks, the bass was like out of control. And I don't know, maybe it was just my setup here, but I'm just so used to hearing things on like my speakers and everything. And I was just amazed at how much the bass was like. I think it was just like too much. So I wound up just remixing it a bit, remastering some of the stuff so that it wasn't as like punchy. I took some compression off things. I think partially maybe the tape was getting hit kind of hard, or maybe it was originally I was printing them a little bit harder. So
what's up, Oda?
Or a little bit louder. So Um, I don't know. I just felt like it
Well,
needed a little bit different of a mix for the tape. It just it didn't sound the same as the digital.
there's usually a difference in the master. What's going on, Tramp Cat?
Oh, the Discord is that link, buddy. I'll post it again.
There's usually a difference though in the mastering treatment for a tape.
Oh, hey Tramp, hey Tramp, hey Oda. Yeah, you want to
Um,
talk chat a little about that?
well, I mean that's basically it. The mastering process for a cassette is slightly different, even based on the same digital mixes or whatever. You know, the headroom on the cassette is different. The frequency response on the cassette is different.
Yeah, yeah. It
Yeah.
just like
And I think, you know, in the case of what you like the tape that the version of that tape that I have, I think if you had put some of like the pre-emphasis on that and then put it on tape, you probably would have come out level.
yeah.
So shelving off some of the low end up through the
That's
high
that's what I
end.
did on the 4-track side. Even
Yeah.
I
But
shelved off like a lot, and
yeah.
it helped out. I don't know. Also I was reading about the ferric tapes, and I don't know. I guess they just have really good, like even on the when I got them from National Audio Company, I just got 100 blanks from them because they're my go-to. Hashtag not sponsored, but full disclosure, we did do a giveaway with them at 424 subscribers. Maybe
Yep.
we'll do
Remember
another
that?
one at 4,240. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, want to be a part of that future 4,240 subscriber giveaway, definitely don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, you nerd. But yeah, so I got them from them, and I think in one of the forums or on the website, it says it literally describes them as the ferric tapes as big booming low end. So I
Well, that's an interesting way to put that, but all right.
well, yeah, I don't know, and that was definitely my experience with the way that I had mixed it. I don't know if it was my mix of it, but basically what happened was I blindly just said, okay, this is probably okay for this. I made a couple tapes and then decided, well, wait a second, let me make sure, let me listen to these and see what they sound like. Maybe I just maybe I overthunk it, but I'm really happy that I remixed it and got it sounding the way that I did, and I hope it sounds and translates well to your system. I think it will. Um, so that was kind of the big impetus for doing that. Normal bias tape, yeah, it brings out more low end. Mike did re-record all those songs for the digital versions. Well, it depends on your mix, Jason. Honestly, uh, I just made sure to like check them. Um, it could have been the stuff I listened to it on, but like stuff just well, I don't know if my ears are just fucked up or it just seemed like I like when I was listening to it, it just it took me by surprise. I didn't re-record them, Stefan. I mean, I re-recorded them when I initially did it. They're all fresh recordings, but I just remixed them and remastered it for the tape. So
You
yeah,
know, I think here's a good way to put it though. I think generally we mix and or master things for the sound of our speakers, not necessarily for our medium.
yeah,
Whereas
exactly,
cassette comes so much into play that you're forced because
exactly.
like a fucking CD, that's basically like one to one.
Yeah,
Whatever you put out of your system
that's
is
what I
what the
mean.
shit sounds like. There's no
Yeah.
translation. You know, no loss or gain or whatever. No modification via the translation of that.
I mean, it'd be like having the same master for like a vinyl, a tape. You know, it's like
Yeah, you can't.
you can't.
No, you
So
can't.
I don't know, Jason. Maybe they're fine. You know, I'll let you know when I get mine. Jason and I did a trade because Jason actually sold out of his release. So oh, Siren Kai, what up? It's Ka from YouTube. Nice, dude. What's going on? Jason said it's a lot to keep track of with having the Discord and the YouTube chat going, which is true. But this one basically is always running, right? So you can leave everybody a message on the Discord. People may log in every day to check out their favorite Twitch streamer, and they'll come to the 424 recording, drop a message. So it's sort of like the forum, but it's basically just a big chat room that's always live. And if you have questions in real time and people are hanging out, I'll try to when I'm hanging out or during the day. Maybe have it loaded up or periodically check it. That's the thing with doing all this YouTube stuff. Between the forum, the Instagram. That's why I don't. That's why I'm not active on Twitter. It's just too many things. Like I can't be everywhere. Even my Instagram, I've really cut back and even don't really look at it as much. I apologize for I haven't checked out any of your Instagram stuff in a while. I'm not like active on there, and that's the Discord thing too. It says good, but it does.
I just reconnected it.
Oh, what was the message on it?
Just it said unable to connect.
Very weird.
Reconnect button. So
Very
reconnected.
weird. We're back. Thanks for
We're
reconnecting.
back again.
See I'm glad that it reconnected because sometimes
it does not.
Dude, on one of the streams
last
we
week,
did,
yeah,
and
last week it crashed.
That's right. And then when I was hanging with Freddie on Monday, Freddie and I were talking. We called it Across the Pond because Freddie's over in Belgium, originally from Her Majesty's island of England, but same thing happened to us. We had to start a second stream at the end of it, and it's just I hate when that happens because then it's split up.
Stefan says my recordings sound amazing coming off the task van, but as soon as it hits the computer, it's not as full or something. Maybe I have a cheap interface. Hit your interface harder. Crank your input trims, because most likely what you're missing is some of the distortion that you're monitoring off the tape machine. Run your interface up into the red, just below the point of digital clipping. Maybe some compression to keep a limit on things. But when I print drums, I
noticed that too though with the 4-track.
Yeah,
it seems like
don't get the sweetness. Could be
the sound just goes from 3D to 2D is how I always explain it.
I don't know. Every 4-track recording I've ever made sounds fucking 2D to me anyway.
Really?
So, yeah.
I think it kind of goes along with exactly what we're saying.
Take it easy.
Oh, Jason, later, dude. Good to have you on, my friend.
I'll tell you right now, though, when you hit run it into the box.
Later, buddy.
When you run it into the box, hit the front of that interface as loud as you can without digital distortion. I don't care what the VU meters say, what the red and the yellow and the green's doing. None of that makes a fuck. You do not want digital distortion, so if it's crackling and snapping and making weird ass sounds, that's too hot. But once you get it in the box and you get it transferred, go on your 2-bus, your stereo output bar or whatever you're using, and strap that with a limiter. Crank that limiter up on its output level, and play with how much makeup gain you give it. So like a lot of the mixes I put out are at like whatever the top is. It'd be like +1 on the output headroom, and I'll put like maybe somewhere between 1 and 3 dB on top of it, because if you do a mix like that with that limiter on and then you shut that limiter off, it goes flaccid. It loses all the fucking hot shit and the punch and the so if you need to create punch or you need to find punch that you feel like you've lost, try that. And it won't cost you anything but time to, crank it back up.
I wonder too, as we're discussing this, because obviously when you're listening to it on the 4-track, now it's almost like the reverse of what we're talking about with why I remastered the digital stuff for the tape.
Yeah.
Maybe too, you lose some of the low end from the tape. I mean, I think that's got to be partially the culprit too, because if going from digital to tape, it gets super ass bassy because of the tape, it would then what does that say? What's that saying? Point to reason that
stand to reason
that the opposite would also be true going from tape to digital. So I noticed that though too. Like even like something like Little Wiser, it sounds awesome, on bounce down, but it sounds really fucking good, even better on the tape. So I don't know. What I really want to do is for a future release is just do them all on the 4-track and then just make them all onto the don't touch any digital stuff and just master it right to a tape, and that's that. I wonder. Yeah, well, Bean Tree's coming through saying the same thing. I bounce it straight to tape. Yeah. Maybe that's what needs to happen. It sounds way better. Yeah, I believe it. I mean, I don't know. There's I think that's something we've a lot as discussed, and a lot of people say, not necessarily it's better or worse, digital versus analog, but it's different, and there's definitely a difference. Whether that's a pleasing difference to you or not remains to be seen. For the general recording public, probably most people don't give a fuck. But and like I'm not like it doesn't need to be so stringently tape, right? But I just think there's a sound to it. And that's why I continue to use mine, and I know that's why a lot of y'all continue to use theirs. So, does anybody have any good suggestions for a cassette deck for listening, for home listening? We have a question. Um, Kay said not much, just watching the stream instead of working. Maybe you can do both. Yeah, so Brickblock, aka Charles, said, I think he's been asking me, anybody have any suggestions for a good cassette deck player? What are you guys listening to your cassettes on out there? I really like the stuff Matt sent me. I gotta say, having like a Walkman is really cool, especially for as a reference, and then also for playing stuff in the car. If you want to play it in the car, if you don't have a tape deck, and then I just had that Nakamichi CR1A. That's a great deck, man. I really like that one. They seem like they can be had for pretty cheap. There you go. Boombox, thrift store, fine. I found a Technics at Goodwill, $10. Cheapo Sony. Craigslist, just type in cassette deck, see what comes up. There's got to be a lot out there. I mean, there seems like there's still plenty of them out there in the wild. So
I found it's not a good one, but I found my boombox that we used to record rehearsals with the other day.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a Sony from like I don't know, probably early 90s. It's a single cassette with a radio. It's got like a dual mic built in, one on either end of the box.
That's cool.
It's really ragged, but it's got paint on it and shit now. But imagine it still works.
Know any good stereo cassette players that also record? Yeah, Nakamichi CR1A.
Yeah.
That one's sick. That one Matt sent. Matt knows what's up with those. He could probably give you a good rundown on what to look for, and because I know he's fixed a bunch of them. I got 4 cassettes just there for $1 without even owning a player. Whatever you can get your hands on, in decent condition, snatch it up. Yeah, hell yeah. Yo, what's up, Jody? What's going on? I saw those songs you sent. I haven't had a chance to check them out yet, but expect some feedback from me ASAP. Look for something with Dolby and no auto reverse. Yeah, that's right.
Dolby and no auto. Why no auto reverse?
I don't know. Does it have something to do with chewing up the tapes or something?
Could be.
Just replace the belts. Yep, that's right. That's all it needed. It's from 1989. It's a really sweet deck, man. Definitely great for recording. Definitely you would need an attenuator, or if you're going to be listening to a lot of stuff on it, because it doesn't have dedicated volume control for the headphones. So you'd have to put something in between, I think, the headphone input, or output rather, and your headphones. That would be my only thing with it. But it's meant as more of a recording deck, I believe, because the controls on it are mainly for recording to it. But it's still a sick deck, I think, even for listening. Yeah.
Why does this thing keeps kicking me back to top chat like all the time?
Oh yeah, mine's on that now too. I wonder, are we missing anything with live chat? I mean, or with top chat or whatever?
I'm not sure.
Auto reverse over time will mess up the heads. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if top chat or live. I don't know. I can't tell if you miss any of them.
Yeah, it cuts out some stuff. I've experimented with that before.
Yeah. How does it delineate between what gets cut out and?
I think if like a single user posts more than like a couple things in a row.
Oh, okay.
I think like you only see certain pieces of that.
Yeah. That makes sense. I don't think we have the
I think it also cuts out like single word answers.
Oh, weird.
Shit like that. I can't really remember. It's a fucking pain in the ass when it does it though.
Yeah, because I feel like
Every time I click back out of it, I find more messages that I didn't see. But.
Shit. If we missed anything, any questions anybody had, just hit us up because we're realizing that the chat is on. Some weird difference between top and live. I think it makes probably a bigger difference for bigger channels with people who have like tons of people, you know, chatting. I mean, we have a lot of people chatting, but you know, I'm assuming too it must have something to do with spam, and we were pretty good. The mods on our chat are pretty sweet, so we don't really have too many issues with that. But if any of your chats are on top chat, I don't know. I'm pretty sure anybody can do it. So. There's a difference. Oh yeah, it says top chat. Some messages such as potential spam may not be visible. Live chat, all messages are visible. So I don't know how it determines what's spam and what's not. But have you ever tried making videos about tape delay?
You guys been checking out my Instagram this week or what?
Maybe for one of Jay's videos on his budding channel, he could do one.
I wouldn't say it's budding. I would say that maybe like the seed started to germinate and then I forgot to water it. That's probably more accurate.
That's a good analogy. Reel-to-reel tape delay, yeah. That's sick, man. We had one in for repair, right?
Me?
Yeah.
No, it's mine.
Oh, I thought there was one that you put up that somebody had turned in for repair.
Tape delay?
Yeah.
No, the web core recorder.
Oh, that's yours?
That's mine.
You dug it out from storage?
Abyss of storage.
Deep storage.
Yep.
Jay's Instagram is I'm assuming you're asking is at operation. Well, I'll just type it in here. Jay at operation _ right?
Yep.
Audio. And I don't know if you want to check me out. I'll dump mine in there too for you, which is pretty obvious, but yeah. And we might as well throw if you're on a desktop, instagram.com/operation _ audio. And then I don't know if that's linking it though. It doesn't look like it. Instagram.com/operation audio. Does that work? Doesn't look like that's working, but you get the idea. Yeah, I want to see that Tascam 388 too. I would love
got
to.
a 388.
Oh wait, at J. I think Oda's referring to the 38.
Yeah, it's a 38.
The 388's the one that's like a big 4-track, right?
It's a giant fucking board, yeah. Yep.
There's a pawn shop near me selling a few Echoplex delays, but they're over 1,000. Damn. There's somebody that made somebody was telling me this tape delay that somebody made from, I think,
Marantz.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marantz 3-head.
Marantz 3-head.
Mm-hmm.
Let me dump that in the chat for anybody. Echomatic cassette tape delay. Oh yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, I'll put this out there, see if anyone's interested. This is somebody who's making, or a couple of people have made their own tape delays from a Marantz, an old Marantz. I think it's called Echomatic. Basically a 3-head deck. So if you ever come across one of those, you could DIY it. Yeah, the belts seem to be the biggest thing. Oh man, Isaac Clark's in here. I think Trump is a Jesus, not a Jesus, is a Jesus. Support Trump, bros. He's our last savior.
Hold on, let me put him in timeout. Let me do
Who wants the honors? Man.
Bam.
Thank you. Oh wow, we got a double timeout right there.
Holy shit, we must have done it at the same. So is he out for 600 seconds?
Is that gotta be a record,
Fucking
man?
jinx right there.
I wonder if that's ever happened on YouTube. You guys did that at exactly the same time. Did you see so Otis said, I seen one of those the other day. The Morants or Trump is Jesus freak?
Possibly both. Are they in the same location where you had Goodwill?
Yeah, it's possible if he's at like Goodwill or Salvation Army or something. Maybe he was holding it. Oh, the Morants say, okay, gotcha. That's what I thought. That's cool. Yeah, hey, where'd you see it? Maybe go back and grab it. Yeah, the belts are skinnier. I can find a 50-pack of assorted belts on eBay for $5. Damn. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like some old tape decks, it's just a matter of replacing the belts. They're rubber. That's Matt said that deck's from 89, 90, so it's almost 30 years old. Rubber pieces of rubber,
Yeah. That tape deck that reel to reel.
The 38.
No, the web core that I'm fucking with.
Oh.
It's from the 1950s.
Whoa.
And it still has one of its original belts in it.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
What is it made out of, the belt?
Some sort of rubber.
Like leather or something?
Some sort of rubber.
Seen it for $50.
But all it runs is the tape counter. So it slips, and like every couple of revolutions, it fucking clicks the counter. The rest of it is all solid drive. It's fucking pulleys with like felt wrap on them and shit.
Oh, here you go, Matt. So Kay is asking, do you have a video on how to repair the belt? Matt, I don't have a video on that, but Matt is somebody who seems to have done it a bunch of times. Also Dennis from 4-track cassette fans, or cassette track fans, multi-track cassette fans, my bad. Dennis, if you're out there, sorry, I butchered it. Both of these guys are experienced replacing the belts. Matt, perfect video for your channel, man. Do a belt replacement vid. That would be sick. Oh, Charles is out. All right, buddy. See you later, Charles. Thanks for coming through. Appreciate you coming through. Oh man, it's 8:52 already. I guess we'll be wrapping soon. Property of Aaron's AA Rons. Did you ever see that
Rons,
skit?
Yeah. If you ain't careful, I'm gonna send you down to old Shag Hennessy's office. You mean Principal O'Shaughnessy? Boy, get out of here!
Freeze up. So a friend of mine gave me a Sony TC40 quarter-inch reel-to-reel. It has 4 tracks. What can I do with that? Record from mixer to it or mix down? I would say mix down, Stefan. I don't know the exact model, but some of those older, like pro or consumer grade reel-to-reels aren't the best. But I'd say if it works, yeah, do bounce that. Looks like a 2-channel. Oh, excuse me. 1 playback, 1 record, 1 erase. So you can make it into a tape loop, right?
Sure.
Tape delay. Yeah, I would say you can mix down with that thing. Here's my fall song. Oh yeah, check out Matt's fall song challenge vid. It came out really cool. He used a lot of found footage from Pexels and Pixel Bay or something, and or I think that's the name of it. But it's really cool what you can do with stock footage. I think he was inspired partially by the vids that Joe made for Just a Trick and Horizon. He took some old footage from some weird mall, like abandoned mall footage, and somebody's weird like toy store or something, and it came out really cool. But you can find all sorts. If you're looking to make videos for your band's music, definitely hit Matt up, ask him about the process. But that's pretty sick that you can. And if you don't have a good camera, or you want to just use some stock footage of something, or you need some stock footage of a certain scene, you can always find free stuff online. And feel free to use anything from our Lost Highway footage. If you need video of highway, we had some good stuff. Was that last week?
Yeah.
We got plenty of dark highway footage if anybody wants to make a From Dusk Till Dawn inspired / Lost Highway inspired music video. So you need some B-roll. Yeah, I think Matt was saying Pexel is a good spot. I've actually used some of the stuff from there for the recent thumbnails. Oh, Yamaha SPX 90. How are they some is selling for 80? I have one right over here. It's technically a SPX 92, I think. 90 model, not Model 2, but the second iteration. I can't see it. It's behind my desk. But I did a couple videos on that Oda, especially on drums. They're dope. Classic story is some of the early Flaming Lips drum sounds. Well, not that early, but I guess like mid catalog era Flaming Lips stuff. That's how I first heard about the SPX 90.
All right, peace out, J-Rad.
Hey, see you later, J-Rad. Good, thanks for coming through. They're sick though, yeah. They have some really cool programs on them, and
the 990 definitely is like a great tool to start with as like your first outboard reverb, especially. I feel like you can really modify and edit the presets quite a bit for, especially if you're working with tape. With the 4-track, you have the aux outs and shit. So we just hooked one of those up in the PA for the Irish band, actually.
Oh, sick. Yeah. They're pretty reliable too, no?
Very, very. It's very hard to kill one. Very, very hard. In fact, like some of the love that it gets is just from slamming the front of it, like you said with the Flaming Lips thing.
Yeah.
Like, but when you slam the front of it with, let's say, like a room reverb or something added, or as the effect not in bypass mode, I guess. There's something that happens in like the harmonic distortion of that. The analog to digital converter that does that I don't know, like it really will fatten up and punch up a sound big time.
Yeah, that's the classic story. It's like they were trying to beat the drums on "Take Me to Mars," and that was Wayne's stipulation to the engineer, I guess. It was the same guy that's done some other records. With big drums, but he said this is kind of, if you can beat the drum sound on this, like you got the job. And so they took some time and set some stuff up, and painstakingly removed stuff from a closet or a storage room and put the drums in there. And I guess Steven Drozd, I think that's his name, I always pronounce it wrong. They just had him play a bunch of times and move mics around, and I guess the guy was trying to get reverb on the sound a little more, and he kept cranking the input on the SPX 90, not realizing it was in bypass mode, and he said, I can't fucking hear this thing. It's not doing anything. And then I think he unhinged the bypass, and he said it was the biggest drum sound I'd ever heard in my life. And that's the tale, is like, again, a perfect example too of using something in a way that it was not designed to get an amazing amazing huge sound out of it. So if you're looking to distort it for drums, definitely do try it out. I made a whole video about doing that. So I'm sure if you just search the channel or search 424 recording Yamaha SPX 90, you'll probably find it. Very cool piece of gear, and if you can get one for $80, I think that's a pretty good deal. I think they go for 150.
Yeah, maybe. I would say 100 to like 300 is fairly average.
Yeah. I feel like I've seen a lot for 200. So yeah, I would say that's a really good deal, especially for. I think the one is, the SPX 90, because I know there's a couple iterations of it. So
yeah, to the question about the generations, I'm not sure what changed.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know that there was some updates and upgrades to the proms that happened in there someplace, but I'm not sure that really affected anything about the way that it functions. I know the 990 which was the next one up, the SPX 990, got more presets, I think, and some more like editability maybe. But,
I don't know, because I know the one that's the big one is SPX 90. I think is the Flaming Lips one. I actually have the 92, 90II or whatever, and I feel like it gets the same sound in terms of that. I don't know exactly what you're saying, like same thing, like how different the models are, but
yeah, between the one you have and the one I have, I can't imagine there's really any difference. Mine's the
it's
MK1.
Kind of like it's like the Tassams too, like from Mark II to Mark III. It's really not too big of a difference. The layout's different, but the same functionality. I don't know. Maybe they've upgraded the hardware or the the programs or something. Here's an interesting question from Matt. Mike and Jay, Jason and I were talking earlier about how we don't know anyone else in our families that were musicians. How about you two? Do you have any musicians in your family?
Well, my brother's a musician.
Oh, but I guess I feel like they mean maybe in their like
In the lineage,
ancestry, generational.
my dad played violin when he was a kid. My mom played saxophone. Other than that, I don't think so.
Oh, wait a second. I wish I need a. Hold on a second. I gotta. Yeah, that's the same with my family. Like my grandpa, I think he played clarinet. Nobody was like, nobody in my family was like. I think my mom played the sax or something. Like, nobody ever played, was like, pursuing in like bands and stuff, but they played, traditional instruments. All right, I gotta turn this on for a second. Do not adjust your audio, but this is the official Kevin Shields alert for 424 recording live stream. We had our My Bloody Valentine mention. We don't seem to be able to go one stream without mention of Kevin Shields' My Bloody Valentine. So we might have to keep this around for the alert.
Obligatory, yeah.
So that's your first official alert. That whenever we see it, we might have to start doing that.
What's the SP or what's the FX 500? Is that a multi effect?
Oh, I've never heard of that one.
I don't know that one either.
But yeah, I've heard that too. My Bloody Valentine. I think was in or the road gear or the stuff that they used to play live.
Yeah, that was in the guitar rig.
Right.
At some point, definitely. Along with, I feel like there was maybe Lexicon or Alesis also. I know there was an Alesis unit.
I think you're like the Lexicon too. I've heard.
Yeah.
FX 500, so good but noisy. I never used that one. A lot of great vinyls when I was a kid. My dad said he tried guitar, learned Smoke on the Water, and quickly gave up. Sold it. I think my dad had like an acoustic. I remember finding one. My mom had an acoustic. Speaking of which, I don't know if anybody was like would be doing the equivalent of what we're doing with music in my family either. Because I mean, some people come from like a lineage of people playing music, right? But yeah, I don't know. No, I would say no for me too. Mostly Slow Dive used it too. Wyatt Chaka 12. Thanks for coming through. Peace sign, so cool. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you. He grew up in Europe in the 1960s. He saw Pink Floyd in Switzerland. That's awesome.
I'll have to check out that FX 500.
Yeah,
I don't know that.
When you say it's noisy, I'd like to check it out just from that. Stefan said his mom was forced to learn accordion but hated it, so she quit. Huh. Yeah, FX 500 sounds cool. I don't know. Interesting. I sometimes wonder, Jay, do you think there's any equipment out there right now that is kind of undiscovered? Any like vintage stuff? Like who knows? Maybe there'll be something that people find. They're like, oh shit, this is really cool for this. Do you think it's possible? Or do you think a lot of stuff's been discovered?
I think a lot of stuff has been discovered, yeah.
Because I always wonder, that's the classic thing is this gear seems to have a lure behind it. Like SPX 90, we mentioned Flaming Lips, we mentioned My Bloody Valentine, Slow Dive. It's obviously a classic 90s piece of gear, but you just wonder, maybe there's something else out there that has been untapped, undiscovered. But it just seems like stuff that always has some kind of lure to it, has, the price tag too. So just curious on that front. What do you guys think? You think there's anything out there yet to be discovered? I'd like to think that there is, but I don't know. Rack ears in the remote, nice. Mike from MPF Project has. You ever seen those Boss units, Jay? That are like they're like a half rack and they're like multi effects units. And they made like a whole series of them. Those seem like pretty cool. At least the form factor.
Boss half rack. I don't know those. Huh. Oh, I do know those. Like the reverb, like the shit. I forget what that's called. The kid that I work on stuff for down here had one of those.
Oh, okay.
Trying to remember. It's not RV100. That's something else.
Something like that, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the only one I've ever messed with, though. But the reverbs in that actually sound pretty good. They're, I think, probably comparable but different in regard to the Alesis reverbs of the same kind of era, you know.
Hmm.
They're maybe a little bit more organic, certainly a little bit noisier than like the Alesis stuff, but you know, to the point about hidden gems in musical equipment, some of the stuff that people overlook a lot when it comes to not just effects but also studio gear in general is like broadcast shit. You know, like broadcast compressors or like transmission delay lines, like what they would delay speakers with in like an auditorium. It could also be used as a 10-second delay line for
Well, something like
radio
that level
broadcast.
lock got discovered too, because that was
Yeah,
for like
yeah, that's broadcast.
PA speaker or
Yeah,
something,
sure.
talking to kids in front of the gymnasium.
The yeah, there's a shit ton of those like brick wall limiter things that belong to PA and you know, broadcast industry that people have really taken a shine to. And I'm sure there's a ton out there that nobody's really popularized yet that existed. So, but like Clark Technique though made a delay line that's meant for delaying PA loudspeaker signals to line up the phase of things. Like if you're watching a stage, like you know, 100 yards that way, you want to delay the sequential pairs of speakers in between so it all hits basically at the same time. And that's like what Albini uses for his bass delay trick. It's a Clark Technique
Oh,
transmission line delay meant for delaying
that's funny.
woofers.
I wonder then, man. I guess that's maybe a good place to search if you're looking for those diamonds in the rough.
Yeah, yeah, totally. Totally.
Stefan said there are still some secret sleeper bits of gear, but not much. I agree. Jody is saying that the synth prices have gone crazy. Yeah, I've witnessed those Junos, man. I feel like that one band really popularized the Juno stuff. I can't think of the name of it. Neon Indian. I think that's it.
I don't know
I
them.
remember around that time, I feel like they used like a 106 or 60 or something, and that synth in particular, that the Juno series has, I feel like, exploded in price. Used to be able to pick those up for something reasonable. Nobody wanted them, and now they're any analog synths out there too. You know, like those anything that's like that era, people want them because they do have a really cool sound. But I have noticed, you know, there's something else to Tame Impala too. Yeah, for sure. Um, what's exciting, at least there's companies still making analog stuff and coming up with new stuff. Whoa, that's amazing, Jody. Jody said, I got a 106 for 200 years ago. Haha, for 200 years ago. For $200 5 years ago. That's amazing, yeah. Now I think those are what? Probably at least 1,000, 2,000. Probably 10, 20 times that amount. Or no, 5, 10 times that amount.
Oh, fuck. No, thank you.
Matt said, I need some advice. What's up, dude?
What's up? Did we miss something?
I don't know. I like Tame Impala's 80s sound material, and damn, his studio is awesome. Yeah, I was saying that, Bobby, last week. Somebody was asking, was it you? Somebody asked where we'd like to dream record. Maybe that was a couple weeks ago. And I saw like a video or mini doc or a commercial or something with Kevin Parker, I believe his name is, from Tame Impala. And his studio, or that's his studio house. Like, that looks amazing. That's what I said. I feel like just that place I'd love to go record. Not because of, well, obviously because of the instruments, but even just, I guess, just because of even if I just had my 4-track and an acoustic guitar, the space that he's in is unreal. You know, it's like something out of a dream. So his 80s sounding material, is that the newer stuff? Because I know I've listened to, I think the first 3 records. And I think the last one is a lot more synth heavy, or the last one I've heard. Maybe there's a new one by now, I don't know. all about the atmosphere. Matt, that's a tough question,
Damn
man.
it with the top chat.
That said, a coworker of mine has a husband who has stage 4 cancer throughout his body. He doesn't think he'll make it more than a few weeks. It's really sad. She asked me to write a song about their time together. I have so many mixed emotions about taking on something like that. Yes, currents. That's what I was. I think that's what I was talking about. I don't know, Matt. That's tough, man. Um, I think it's really nice that she asked you to do that, and I think it would be really nice to do that. But at the same time, that's got to be pretty rough, man. I don't know. It sounds cliche, but go with your gut, man. Like, if you think you can do something with it, cool. If not, I guess at the end of the day, I'm sure they'll be happy with whatever you come up with. So if you're worried about that angle of it, I'm sure you'll knock it out. But I don't know, man. That's tough. Tough to say, dude. It does sound like a lot of pressure, yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man.
I would say that if you've decided you're going to take that project on, I would try to get solid facts about their story and don't make up any of your own inferences or whatever. Don't apply any of your own emotions to the situation. Otherwise, you're going to get wrapped up in something that is
That's a really good advice, man.
not your bag of emotions to handle. It is a lot of pressure,
Yeah.
and it's a somber thing to have to write a song about. So it puts you in a position of like almost having to work from a depressed standpoint, which is not great. So I don't know. I mean, how well do you know these people?
That's a good question. I agree with everything you said, Jay, and everything everybody's saying in the chat. That's really tough, man.
And does it have to have lyrical content?
I was thinking that too. Maybe just an instrumental would be cool.
Yeah, if it's a tribute song to somebody who's on the brink of dying and a tribute to their relationship, then I would think of soft textures and maybe acoustic work kind of stuff. And the vocals, I think if you can get away with doing it instrumental, that's going to be the least emotionally impactful for you as a creative individual. Otherwise, you're going to end up fucking, for lack of a better word, you're going to end up wearing somebody else's shirt. I mean, it's like you're going to have to strap those emotions on your chest and figure out how to filter through them, and they're not really yours to have to filter through necessarily. So, yeah, I think if you could do a nice instrumental thing, that might be a good way to do it.
Yeah, I think Stefan said also maybe a cover song. I think that's also not a bad idea,
Yeah, if you're gonna do a cover, make sure that you pick something that's you want it to be a tearjerker in a good way.
Yeah.
So like if that guy has a favorite song, maybe don't cover that song.
I think that's a good suggestion. Bobby said, "Have you seen The Rain, CCR?" Oh, I know them very well. She wants it to be emotional. She wants lyrics, but maybe I can change her mind. She really likes ambient tracks like Serenity. Huh. Yeah, I agree, man. That's like everything Jay is saying, everything I've ever saying. It's like,
I think with lyrics, I would try to, if you have to do a song with lyrics, I would try to put, like I said, just put the facts in it and flesh it out only with as much of your own emotions as you absolutely have to. Because I don't know, things like that, it seems like it'd be really, really fucking easy to hyper personalize those things when you put that into your own headspace in that way. And it would be unfortunate to have that drive you into some, depressed thought patterns. I don't know. That's my I don't know, about 10 cents now, but.
hey, Steven, what's up, buddy? Thanks for coming through. Yeah, man, I don't know, man. That's tough, dude. That's tough, man. I'm not really sure. Not really sure. Maybe you could just write a song. You know, if she likes Serenity, maybe you can just write a song, write a couple songs, and send her them, and ask her if she likes any or something. Because I think that's a little bit different. If you write something and they both enjoy it, you can still have your emotions in it and still remain. Not that you necessarily want to be outside of the situation, but if it's really it is really heavy and a lot of pressure, maybe there's a workaround in creating something with that in mind, but not going too deeply, so that like Jay's saying, it affects you emotionally, or I think it's inevitable that it's going to affect you like that, unfortunately. But
Probably.
that's a lot, man. That's tough.
Yeah. I would just be very careful about that. Um, I don't know. It's kind of like being like if you're an actor, and you do like character studies and stuff. Like sometimes, like Heath Ledger kind of characters, like you get
Yeah.
too deep into it, and like it pushes you to a place that you never intended to go, and it pushes you into a place that by the day becomes harder and harder to get back out of. So
Hmm.
I don't know. I just would be very careful about that. There's something about that like
Stefan said method acting or method songwriting. Yep.
correct. Yeah. So
I gotta take a little restroom break.
you got it, man. I guess
Be
when you
rude.
come back, we'll probably close her down. It's about 9:15.
All right, final thoughts, Jay.
Final thoughts. I don't know.
It's well, maybe Matt has a Jay, what's up with that segment?
Got any what's up with that's for me? So yeah, I mean that would be that's all the advice I've got on that. Just be careful. Don't push yourself too far out. Um, I know that a lot of us that write and perform music and are involved in things like this tend to sometimes have thinner shells when it comes to the way that emotions work on us. So just yeah, be careful. So yeah, I guess while Mike's off on his bathroom break, I could start the wrap up. Hopefully everybody's. Oh, Jesus, I hit the light. Hopefully everybody's got some fun plans figured out for the pending holidays or the holidays maybe that you're already working on. And from us at 424recording.com, we wish you happy holidays. Oh, one more thing. What do you got? What's up, Skiz? What's one more thing? We ain't going yet. Thanks, Bobby.
Anything? What I miss?
Not much.
All
I,
right.
strip, I shipped a Strat over the summer, and dude complained that it had fret sprout.
The fuck is that?
Maybe
Right.
like where the fret pops out.
Oh, I gotta check out Bobby's tune. Where is that on? Is that on SoundCloud, Bobby? Um. Yeah. Happy holidays. Thanks, Bobby. Just want to.
Well, that's what I was starting the
Oh,
the
okay.
roll down spiel, and then Skiz
Gotcha.
said he had one
Gotcha.
more question.
Yeah, I forgot to wish you guys that. It's been a whirlwind of a month, man. I can't believe it's already Christmas, and then it'll be New Year's, and then it'll be Tundra season. How to ship guitars. Yeah, I don't know what fret sprout is. Never heard that.
That must be where the fret pops out of the fretboard. Has to be, because the wood swelled and pushed it out.
Oh, he left it out over the weekend. Weird.
So.
Oh, that's sick, Stefan. Thanks for being a part of the task, man. Thanks for your activity on the forum, and all the great questions you've been asking. Appreciate it. Yeah, good luck with your recording, man. Good luck with the project. It's a big project, but just break it down piece by piece. You'll get there, man. And great review of the clientele.
Neck dried out in the box on the doorstep.
Later, Bobby.
Happy holidays, Bobby. Later on.
Yeah, happy holidays, guys. If we missed anybody.
Neck dried out in the box. So what is? I mean, it sounds like he just needs to take the guitar and put it in a fucking humidor to get the climate control back right on it. And then he needs to naturally let it acclimate in his house back up from damp. Yeah, I know that even seasonally we have that problem just here with guitars.
Huh. Ah, yes. Fret sprout happens when the wood in your guitar expands and shrinks, while the frets remain the same. Huh. Never heard that before. You do learn something new every day.
Yeah.
Humid packs, yeah, you could do that too. Oh, okay, cool. Glad that it shook out, man. Just want to make folks aware of shipping guitars to opposite climates. Yeah, I've never had that issue. I've only ever shipped a few guitars, though. Huh. Anyway, that's all. Cool. Well, I guess that'll be that, man. We started a little late. We're ending a little later. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Don't forget to follow me and Jay on Instagram. Jay is at operation_audio. You can find me at
You can check out that webcore machine.
424 recording.
Oh, so the webcore machine, I was almost finished with it. I recapped it earlier in the day that day, and I came home, put it all back together. I went to take a break upstairs. I was going to watch some TV for a little bit and come down and do the finish and test. And that's when I found the fucking snake in the house.
Oh.
So I never got back to it. I had to service a Marshall head, and I had a couple other things that came in. And I still haven't gotten back to it, but...
Should we save the snake story for next week?
Yeah, we'll save that for next time.
Next week on 44 Recording Live, Jay the Wizard encounters a snake.
Jesus.
Well, with that little cliffhanger, we'll catch you guys next week. Have a happy holidays if you're in the stateside and you're celebrating any holidays. We'll see you before the new year, so that'll be good. Do something you want to do this week. If you got some days off, make sure you do something you want to do. One of the most important things I think you can do for your mental health. And thank you as always for joining us. If you stuck around for the whole show, we'll be back next week, 7 p.m. Eastern. I'll probably be doing something on Monday too. Mondays have been a good day for me live lately.
Christmas Eve, those.
Oh, yeah. Next week's Christmas Eve?
Yeah, Christmas Eve is Monday.
Oh, okay.
Maybe Tuesday, not. Christmas. That's why I'm talking about the holidays.
Ah, yes. Yeah. All right. Well, Wednesday we'll be good. Right day after Christmas, we'll be here.
Yeah, I'm fine for that.
Sure. So December 26th, we'll see you live. Check out the pod tomorrow. Pat's on tomorrow.
Actually. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So me and my buddy Pat.
Yeah, Pat's good people, man.
Good dude, man. We had a great chat.
Awesome.
Make sure if you want to check out the Discord server. This is why our wind down is always super long because we're like reiterating.
Yeah.
I just don't want to go. I'll just post it here too in case anybody checks us out tomorrow and they zoom to the end. Discord server is live, so if you got recording questions that go unanswered on the forum, on emails, hit up. Let's check out the Discord. We'll see if it works for our community. See if people are into it. It's just another place to connect. And yeah, check it out. It's chat server. It's fun times. And I think you can take like phone calls on it too, which could be cool. We could expand our show to a call-in show. All right, check out Matt's track, and yeah. Oh man, Twin came late, bro. What's up, buddy? We're actually wrapping up, but it's really good to see you, dude. It's that time of year to bust out the green hoodie. Yeah, that's true. I've been rocking my old black one for a little bit. Voice chats. That's what it is. Yeah, I got to get the green back in action, Twin. Good call. I haven't been feeling it lately, but yeah, I feel like I'm a little bit out of character without it. So, and thanks for sending that tape a while back, Tom. I actually listened to that. That really helped me determine my levels and mix for my tape when I was recording the Just a Trick tape. Actually, I'll mention it one more time. If you want one, becoolcowboy.bandcamp.com. I've made some tapes. They're going quick. So hit it up if you want it. Smoke them if you got them. And I guess with that, we'll catch you guys on the Flippy Floppy, right, Jay?
Yeah, so do something you want to do each and every day. Have a great holiday. Be good to one another. Make sure you're grateful and a gracious host to anybody that's coming over to your place. And yeah, we'll catch you next week. Post-holiday, pre-New Year's. Bam!
It's not ending.